In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace the leaf spring shackle on this Dodge Ram 2500. It's located right on the back of the leaf spring and bolted onto the frame, so let's get started. I'm going to support the rear differential by this lower leaf spring here, just because this is the best setup that I can come up with here with my pole jack. If you have a different pole jack, maybe you go on the rear axle, or if you're on the ground actually, you might not even have to do any sort of supporting here, because all you'll have to do is then raise the truck or the frame of the truck up and keep the leaf spring down. Having said that, you may or may not have to remove the wheel to do this. I'm just going to put minimal pressure on this, and at this point we can start unbolting. Let's start by disconnecting this top bolt here. This is a 24mm headed bolt. In here is where the mounting nut is, and it's supposed to be held with a long tab basically that stops it from spinning as you unthread the bolt. However, I already know that mine is broken, so I'm going to have to stick a 22mm wrench in there just to hold the mounting nut. There we go. If you have a power tool that fits in here, even better. It'll make things go by quite a bit faster. Okay. There we go. At this point, if you need to apply more pressure to release tension off of this bolt, go ahead. Looks like I have just the right amount here, so I'm going to pull this bolt out. There we go. And now we can start lowering our support. So if you're on the ground and you have not supported the leaf spring yet, you'd want to raise the frame up so that we can separate the shackle from the frame, increase the distance so we can then get this bolt out through underneath the frame. Okay. That's as far as it'll go. I applied some heat to this bolt because it was in pretty rusty condition here. I'm going to put a 24mm socket on it, try to spin it. Probably going to have to hold the bolt side. This is the nut side. This is a T55 Torx. There we go. There it is. Now I always recommend replacing these bushings here, the leaf spring bushings, unless you know yours is still good to reuse. Mine is actually, so I'm going to leave it. But if you were going to replace it on this particular truck, it does make it easier to unbolt the bottom of the shock absorber on the side that you're working on, so you can lower the differential a little bit further. At this point, you would want to use a bushing press tool like you see in this video, center it up, and press the old bushing out of the leaf spring. Inspect the leaf spring once you get it out of there and make sure it's in good condition. Reverse that tool to press the new bushing in and make sure it's pressed in all the way. Once you're done, put back your lower shock absorber. .21mm socket, 21mm wrench. And torque it to 100 foot-pounds. And once you have your leaf spring bushing replaced, go ahead and put the shackle back on. This should come with a new bolt. Make sure you put it in the right way, because if you put it backwards, it'll hit the frame. This isn't going to stay until we bolt it on, so you're going to have to keep holding it. I will not be tightening this yet. This has to be tightened or torqued down at least at right height. Otherwise, this bushing is going to be in a bind permanently, and that will wear it out prematurely. So I'm going to leave this as it is right here. Let's raise up the leaf spring and press it up into the frame. Might have to pry it a little bit just to get it in position. Now stick the top bolt through, and on the back side with the new hardware should be provided a brand new mounting nut that does have the tab on it that will hold it on, which is quite helpful. So try to line it up with where the bolt goes through. Start it on. There we go, got it started. As you can see, the tab goes through this opening here, and like I said, will hold on so that you don't have to hold it yourself. 21mm socket on this new bolt. Gonna snug this one up. It's snug, but I'm gonna back it off just a little bit. I wanna leave this one loose as well and torque it with the weight of the vehicle. There we go. Let's get the lower one a little bit closer. 24mm socket on the nut side and 21mm on the bolt side. At this point, once you're at ride height with the bushings, let's torque them down. I still have a little bit to go before they bottom out, so I'm gonna do that first. Snug, let's torque it. The torque for this bottom bolt is 170 foot-pounds on the heavy-duty version. If you have the light-duty 2500, it's going to be 130 foot-pounds. That's it right there. Now let's do the top. The top is only 110 foot-pounds, no matter which one you have. That's it. At this point, you would do the same exact thing on the other side.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.